Okay, cool. It's good to be here. Good to see you guys. You guys have a good ass weekend? Yeah, I got my weekend started a little early. I didn't work yesterday. Anyone else take Friday off? Make some noise. One, two. Anyone over here? You? Yeah, kind of just.
I work from home.
Yeah, you never work. That's cool. Yeah, I took Friday off from work. Said get the weekend started early. Took Thursday off as well. Monday's not looking good. I don't want to lie to you guys. I got fired from my job. I did. I got fired from my job. My boss did like the coolest thing when he was firing me. You know when they fire you and the boss all of a sudden like is your best friend? He sits me down, gives me a heart to heart. He goes, Sam, I care about you. You gotta go to therapy, bro. I was like, how bad did I fuck up at this job? Apparently pretty bad. Yeah. And I don't know how you guys feel about therapy. We'll find out at the end of the joke. I think it's pretty cool though. Yeah, all right. I think therapy's awesome. I think if you got a friend who needs help, you say something. See something, say something. That's like the coolest thing you can do as a friend. On the other hand, pretty fucked up when you're kicking someone off health insurance, right? Right? That'd be like if a pirate was making someone walk the plank, and as they're walking the plank, the pirate's like, "Oh, you better learn to swim." I am learning to swim, guys, mentally. I am in therapy one time for therapy. Yes, yeah. The women are supportive, the men think I'm gay. It's cool either way, guys. That's what's up. Nice. I am in therapy though. It's called physical therapy. Gotcha. That's all I can afford. I'm in physical therapy because I dislocated my shoulder. But I'm like, while I'm here, might as well rehab the mind as well, right? Boga, right? So I'm in there, I'm doing the shoulder exercise that the physical therapist assigned me. She comes up to me, she's like, hey Sam, how are things going? I'm like, I don't think I'm gonna live up to the expectations I set for myself. She's like, I meant with your shoulder. I'm like, I know, doc. I got the weight of the world on my shoulders. What do I do about this? She tried to change the subject so quickly, she goes, ooh, Sam, couldn't help but notice, shoulder separation runs in the family. I'm like, yeah. Separation does run in the family. I'm like, do you think I dislocated my shoulder? Because none of my parents separated? She's like, no, you dislocated your shoulder because you're 30 years old and thought you could land a kickflip. Look up, yeah, that's why you're not. Worth the copay every time. Any other children of divorce out there? 1, 2, what the fuck? Statistically speaking, that is not true. It's okay, you guys can speak up. They're not yelling anymore. That's cool. 1, 2, the rest of your parents love each other? What the hell? Good luck developing personalities or whatever. That's very cool. You guys got loving parents, you got jobs, like Theo said, big old hammers, hell yeah. This room is better than me, and that's okay. It's funny though, the job I got fired from, that's a bad job, not the worst job I ever had. Worst job I ever had, front desk at a hotel. Don't do it. You guys are young, you're gonna be in the workforce soon. Don't work at a hotel ever. That's free game. Take it to the bank. Yeah, don't work in a hotel. Is anyone visiting Portsmouth right now? Are you guys staying in a hotel?
Yes.
Can you guys just like give your front desk agent a hug when you get back to They've had the worst day of their life every day since they started working there. It was the worst job. Remember those like Karen videos like during like the pandemic that would like a new one would drop every day? That shit would happen to me 10 times a day. It was the worst. And then I remember one time I checked a woman in, she came right back down holding a pillow. That's a bad sign. She comes up to me, she's like, this is disgusting. And I apologized, like, oh, sorry. Can't use your normal voice in hospitality. I'm like, oh, so sorry. It's not the preferred thread count, but it's pretty good. She's like, no, not the thread count. This. Like, what? She's like, this. There's cum on my pillow. And I had to apologize, like, oh, so sorry, that's not cum. Can't say cum on the job. That's not ejaculate. That's cleaning supply. And then for some reason I went to rub it in to prove it to her. I was like, pineapple. Worst job ever, guys. That's one of those things when you touch it, you know. Yeah. Terrible job. And I worked in a haunted hotel, spooky season. So topical, stop. I don't know. I worked in a haunted hotel. It was opened in like 1855, never closed. So there was all kinds of crazy ghost stories. But here's the thing, the ghost stories were so lame. It'd be like, oh, on the 10th floor, you might hear like a woman's voice in the wee hours of the night. Ooh. 3rd floor, you might hear a baby crying. That's what I think. It's like, oh, these are not ghost stories. That's just shit that happens in old hotels with thin walls. Like, got it. But I started using that to my advantage. Like, okay, anytime one of these Karens come to me with a problem, start blaming the ghosts. It's easy. It's like, oh no, we didn't charge you for Wi-Fi, man. Those ghosts. I was like, no, what? No, your room doesn't smell like cigarettes. What? That is a unique experience. The ghost of Seamus the Bellman, the chain-smoking bellman, must have come to visit you. Gave you a little kiss in the middle of the night. He's so horny. I learned my lesson. I was like, oh no, that's not cum on your pillow. That's ectoplasm. It was like Ghostbusters. Yeah. My hotel was actually pretty historic. I worked at the Parker House. It's located in downtown Boston. And like I said, opened in 1855, never closed. And with that came a ton of history. Like JFK proposed to Jackie O in the restaurant. Malcolm X was a busboy. And Ho Chi Minh worked in the bakery. Yeah, I didn't know who that was either. I didn't. Here's what I learned about it on orientation. Like the HR guy's giving us the tour of the hotel. He brings us to the bakery and he goes, former Prime Minister of Vietnam, Ho Chi Minh, worked here. And what I heard was, Ho Chi Minh works here? And then he turned to an older Asian male who was working in our bakery. And went, right? And bro just nodded his head. Guys, so the next year I called this guy Ho Chi Minh to his face. Ho Chi for short. And then we had a famous bakery, like the Boston cream pie was founded there. So I'd be like, yo, Ho Chi, we need Boston cream pie stat, let's go. Parker House rolls on the double, come on. I honestly, I didn't figure out who Ho Chi Minh was until a family traveled all the way from Vietnam to come see like this famous marble table that was in the bakery. People would ask about it at check-in all the time, like, oh, I heard you have Ho Chi Minh's marble table. I'm like, yeah, we got his table, we got his whisk, we have everything. And then they asked to see it, and I was like, oh, you cannot, that's like way back in the house, you're not allowed back there, and they started crying. So I Googled the guy, I was like, oh, Ho Chi Minh, freed Vietnam. Died in 1965. Okay, my bad. I had to apologize to the guy called Ho Chi. Turns out his name was David.